The game on everyone's lips at the moment, Japan versus Scotland. Here is my preview. Welcome back to SkinnyBru Rugby, guys. So this weekend is Japan versus Scotland. In this video, I'll be dissecting the teams a little bit and give my opinion on how it will go, where every team has their upper hand, and how it will eventually go down and what the score will be. But first things first is I will tackle the whole Typhoon thing and whether the game should be cancelled or delayed or postponed, or should it continue, or what will happen. But if you aren't interested in that stuff, I will leave a time slot down below if you want to skip ahead. Remember to hit the subscribe button if you do like this video, guys. I do appreciate it. Let's get into it. So currently there's a lot of controversy surrounding Typhoon Hagabis and the cancellation of games. England versus France, New Zealand versus Italy, both of those games has been cancelled. The only real outraged team is Italy at the moment with their cancellation. This Japan-Scotland game, I think it's going to be more than just outrage from Scotland if it does get cancelled. They have threatened to put some legal action onto World Rugby, but I do see where they are coming from. They are actually standing a chance to actually go to the quarterfinals. Italy, they had a theoretical chance. They could have made it to the finals on points. You wouldn't think they would, but Scotland does actually stand a chance in this one. Currently the Pool A is on a knife's edge. Japan on 14 points, Ireland 11, and then Scotland on third in 11 points. But Ireland is expected to get the 5 points against Samoa, so realistically we think Ireland is going to have 15 at the top, Japan 14, and then Scotland still at 10 in third place. So if Scotland won this game by a bonus point, they will go to the quarterfinals, no questions asked. Or the other way, if they just win this game and make sure Japan doesn't get a point at all, Scotland go through on the World Cup's first criterion on teams that are equal on points at the end. The winner between the two teams that have equal points in the game that they played against each other are seen as the one that goes to the top. Therefore, for Japan, they just need a draw from this game and they will go through to the quarterfinals. But as it stands at the moment, World Rugby will reach a verdict as soon as possible. They said it looks like Sunday morning, Japan time, whether the game will be played and will continue. They will reach this verdict by actually going and doing a inspection of the stadium and looking if it is safe for everyone to go to. So yeah, in that case it might be a bit difficult because there could be a lot of wreckage from the typhoon. So at the moment the case is either the game will be played, postponed, or cancelled. If they play the game, who knows what will happen. The game is going to be pretty close. It is a very tough call to make, but so that's why Scotland is a bit angry with anything else than making a game being played. Postponement, World Rugby didn't postpone the other games, so this will cause problems if they do postpone this game, because Italy's game wasn't postponed against New Zealand even though they wanted it to, so even though they had a theoretical chance to go through. So it's just gonna cause controversy. And bottom line is the tournament rules says there won't be any postponement past the day of the game that should be played. It's only being delayed. They can delay games in the same day, so no pool matches will be postponed. That's the rules of the competition. Scotland did sign a contract for that, so postponement for me is out of the question. The other one, cancellation, Scotland might have a little bit of a backlash with that one, with their threatening of legal action, and then it might look like they are favouring the home side. That's what people say, but I don't think so, since it is in the rules of the competition. But giving all those facts, World Rugby might be a little bit in a corner at the moment. That's all I have to say on that matter. Let's get into the real stuff. Let's get into the teams for this weekend. For Scotland, they have a strong front row. Dal Brown, who comes in for the captain, McInally, who is on the bench, and then Viepianel, who both of the props, they are South African born and they have been doing really well, but this Japanese side also has been posing a threat at scrum time. Jamie Joseph, he has sprung some surprises in the team. As always, in the front pack, Inigaki and Ku, they have been really good at scrum time. And then the hooker, Shotahori, the hooker keeps on making points for me on SkinnyBru. In the second row for Scotland, Johnny Gray and Gilchrist, they might pose a threat to Japan because I do think they might have a little bit of an upper hand in this department. For Japan, they have Luke Thompson and James Moore. They will have a tough day at the office this weekend. Scotland, they have a new back row combo. They have Thompson, Ritchie and Bradbury, and they may have their hands full as well with the Japanese loose forwards, who is a strong pack as well. The captain, Michael Leach at number 6, who is captain again after Lapis Labuschagne has been captain for a while. Labuschagne is still at 7 though, and then Jimeno on number 8. All of which are a lively bunch. Both packs have a very lively loose forward trio, so I think it's going to be an interesting battle up there. Then at number 9 for Scotland, the experienced Laidlaw. He's also the captain for this game because McAnally is on the bench. Then the very dangerous Finn Russell, of course, he is on the number 10 spot. He is going to be a threat to Japan. Japan, they have went with Nagare on number 9, and then the competition's top scorer before this week, Yu Tamura. He's a very accurate kicker, and that's a threat for Scotland. They cannot afford to give away penalties. The centre pairing for Scotland is Chris Harris and Sam Johnson, while the inside centre for Japan is Nakamura and the outside centre is Lafaele. Both of them are live wire players. They like running with the ball. They like cutting through the defense. They have very good running lines. If you haven't seen them yet, they are pretty dangerous. They are someone to look out for. The only two players that stay in the team for the Scottish side that beat Russia with that 61-0 thrashing is Seymour and Graham on the wings. And then the fullback is the guy the Scot that every other nation loves, Stuart Hogg. Well, at least I like him. He's a very good player. And he's really going to pose a threat. Out wide for Japan, they have surprised with including Fukuoka, and that's above Lameki, who has been the best attacker so far. But you know, Kenki Fukuoka, he has been a super try scorer. He's just one of those guys, when you get the ball to him, he is going to go around and he is going to get a try. He's just a prolific try scorer. At the right wing, the South African born Matsushima, he has been a great player and he's just another dangerous guy out wide. Fullback William Tupou, who is also dangerous, just as dangerous as Hogg, and he can bust some tackles. The bench for Scotland is McAnally, Reid, Ferguson, Cummings, Wilson, Horn and Kingshorn. While the bench for Japan is Sakate, Nakajima, Aivalu, Helu, a guy you should watch out for, a very good player. Then the little man Tanaka, he brings some speed onto the field every time he comes on. He's just a very fast scrum half. Matsuda and then Yamanaka. If the game does happen, both of the teams will give it their all because it's going to be a very tough one on the field. Both teams are very evenly matched in my eyes. Both sides prefer to run with their backline, but they can keep it tight and can play with their forwards in crunch games, which this one surely is. So they might try and play a little bit more of a forward role and just take it out wide when they want to kick the ball. Scrums are going to be important, but I think it's a 50-50 call here. Both sides have very good scrums. Then Scotland, they might have the upper hand at line-out time at the moment. Even though Scotland has a backline with dangerous players like Hogg and Russell and Laidlaw, Japan's backline, it's just as a whole, it is a threat. It's just a very dangerous backline, especially when they get that ball out wide. Those guys can really score tries. And when you give them space to run, especially if you kick to them and you give them space to run, they are gonna run through you. Penalties will be important where Tamura really shines out. Finn Russell, he's also good there. I made my prediction in the start of the week on Monday already, but at the moment I feel like I should change it. But by gut feeling, you should never change your first prediction. I said Japan by 9 points. I am starting to doubt that, but let's go with my gut. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are for the game, guys. If you did like this video, remember to hit the subscribe button. I do appreciate it. And check out some of my other videos. Cheers.
Bop.